Welcome back to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, your go-to source for everything on the Las Vegas Raiders. Whether you're a diehard motherfucker like me, or just getting to know Raider Nation, our passionate hosts are here to bring you all the excitement on Raiders football. I'm Shit Show Joe, and welcome to the Silver and Black Radio Podcast. Let's go, Raiders! If not, fuck your team.
What up, baby? It's your boy Raider Will with the Silver and Black Radio Podcast, and I am here with my boy representing TBH Sacktown, Steven Chavez. What up, baby?
What's up, Will? My man.
Hey, man, long time no see, but hey, lots of things has happened. Let's talk a little bit about the Raiders coaching staff, bro. Hey, last time we spoke,
Do it.
right? We were looking at a bunch of head coaches. You talked about it. You said, hey, man, I think Pete Carroll is the guy we needed. And bam, we hire Pete Carroll, bro. And he has hired an absolute monster staff. Pete Carroll now has Chip Kelly on offense. He brought him from Ohio State. Has Patrick Graham. He retains Patrick Graham. Retains Leonard, our defensive line coach. Man, big time coaches coming, and we still keep loading up. Baby, what do you think about this coaching staff? Give me your 411.
I know the last time we talked, I was saying Ben Johnson 1A and Pete Carroll 1B. And obviously we lost out on Ben Johnson, but I was always intrigued with Pete Carroll just because of his history and his history of turning teams around. Even though I was saying Ben Johnson 1A, now that I've had more time to think about it and us having Pete Carroll now, I'm like, I think this is exactly what the Raiders needed. A veteran head coach, someone that could come in, someone that's been there, someone that's done that. Because even though Ben Johnson was the hottest thing out there, we don't actually know what he's going to be as a head coach. We know what we're getting with Pete. And he should turn this team around, and he should turn it around quickly.
Absolutely, brother. And I mean, like what you said was so key. Look, man, this guy has done it before. He's been here. He's been around the block. He's not a guy that is inexperienced. And if you're looking at it, people were like, hey, man, he's not young. He can't reach out to this people. He retains a young staff and is now loading up with coaches all across the board. Man, he brings in Chip Kelly. Hey, they're paying this man $6 million to be our offensive coordinator. But tell me that this man's offensive ingenuity is not off the charts.
What I like about Chip Kelly is he's not stuck in his ways. He's going to go by whatever we have on the roster. He's going to adapt his offense to that. You know, there's so many offensive coordinators or coaches that run offenses or whatever that just they won't change their way. Like I hate to say, as much as I love Gruden, he became predictable because he tried to he forced his offense even though we didn't have the personnel to run his offense. And Chip Kelly's going to adapt to whatever we have and work it that way. He's not going to force. He's not going to force just how he likes to do
I love
things.
what you just said. No, you're absolutely right. Man, look at him. He went to Ohio State. He adapted with his quarterback. He adapted to that offense. Yes, I know that he had a hard time in Philadelphia as a head coach, but he did have one of the most productive offenses at that time. I mean, like, he's changed.
And they won 10 games like 3 years in a row.
Bro, you're not lying. And here's the thing. He changed his philosophy. He changed the way that he was thinking about things and the way that he processed things. So that was freaking, like, that's what I see him doing with us. I see him being able to get any quarterback and adapt his system and his play calling to maximize what we got here with the Raiders.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what I see with him. And I agree with you, brother.
And I can care less how much the Raiders are paying him. That $6 million doesn't affect the salary cap. So
Let him
pay him.
know. Hey,
Yeah,
Big Poppy throwing money in the air don't matter. Hey,
that's
you
fine.
know what though? This shows me right there that the Raiders are committed to bringing the best coaching staff, to bringing the best personnel, and to make a quality team. They knew what they wanted. They knew, hey, there are certain possibilities that may happen. Chip Kelly does have the ability to be a head coach sometime. You know, we got 3 years under Pete Carroll, and you're going to have Patrick Graham, who had a bunch of interviews this year. And, you know, hey, he's going to hold down the defense, you know, but then you have Chip Kelly, another potential head coach on offense. So that's where I'm like, hey, man, this thing is getting loaded.
Bringing back Patrick Graham was key.
Oh,
It brought some continuity to the defense. Has been our strong point the last couple seasons, and I know Crosby wants that continuity and some stability, and having Patrick Graham back brings that. And I one thing people aren't talking about is bringing back Leonard on that D line. He is a future defensive coordinator. And if Patrick Graham, which I believe will get a head coaching job one of these days, leaves, let's say next season, season after, whatever, we have a guy right there that can just step right in and take over as defensive coordinator. It was key bringing him back as well.
you're absolutely right, man. Bringing back Patrick Graham brings consistency to one of the top 15 units in the league. People said, oh, you know what? He's never had a top 10 defense. I'm like, he's had a top 10 defense in scoring. He's had a top 10 defense in other categories. This guy has done a lot with the little. If you guys have looked at our offenses, how anemic it is and how lethargic it is, our defense is out there all the time. That it's almost
Yeah,
impossible for our offense or our defense to hold people from scoring because of the amount of times that the offense has the ball on the other side. And that's just a matter of fact.
absolutely.
But, you know,
I,
hey, now that we talked about the coaching staff a little bit, let's talk a little bit about this last weekend at Shenanigans, baby. Yo, let us know how the atmosphere was. I know it was going nuts. I know Sacktown TBH was in there killing it. Let us know, man. You guys had Kenny Shed. How did that Eagles win? Go in
uh,
there, baby.
for one, that was a great Super Bowl. I don't care all the people that say it was a blowout and it was boring. There was not a boring second in that Super Bowl for me. I enjoyed every second of watching Patrick Mahomes get killed, and so that made me happy. I was good. But as far as shenanigans go, you know I love that place, man. I never have anything but great words to say about that and Chris, who the owner there. Dude, TBH Sacramento, my crew that I've built there in this last year, they're amazing. I just, they all came through. We had a great time. Yes, Kenny Shed was there. Gary Weaver, former linebacker, was there. We had Nick Bell, and it'll come out in the docu-series in the future here when we're done with that. But we presented Nick Bell as an honorary member of the Black Hole. So former running back Nick Bell is now an honorary lifetime member of the Black Hole, and he was very happy and appreciative of the gesture. So great time. Drinks were flowing. Raffle was good. We had my VP DJing, so everybody was dancing, and it was great. We had a good time. Love that place. Packed it out too. Not an empty seat in that place.
Love it, baby. Love it. Hey, as y'all can see, we all love this Eagles win. It felt like we won the game. But hey, if you guys are in Sacramento, baby, hit up my boy, Steven Chavez, a.k.a. Raider Chavez, down there at Shenanigans, baby. You're going to see my
Won't be
boy
disappointed.
Israel. Hey, Israel's on the mic, right? He's on the mic and DJing usually. So if you see him out there, make sure you holla at him, man. Make sure you grab a drink. Make sure you enjoy the time with the family. Yo, got anything else, my brother?
Nah, man, it was a good time. I think the next event's going to be our draft party there at Shenanigans, and then, of course, the barbecue in May. So we're
Hey,
it's still rolling. There ain't no off season for us, man.
let him know. Hey, barbecue this year, baby. May the 3rd, East Bay. We're blacking you out. We're coming out. We're coming out strong. Raider Nation, baby. Come out, support, enjoy the whole weekend with family. And that's what it's all about. Yo, again, from us to you guys, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment. If you guys need any information on any of this or talk, let us know. And hey, we're out, baby.
Peace.